Remember these things? These mini vacuum cleaners designed for cleaning your computer keyboard? I always used to see them advertised in computer accessory catalogs back in the 90s. I thought they were a neat idea, but I wondered how well they actually worked. Well, today I'm actually going to find out. This one is the PC Accessories Mini Vacuum, originally sold at Best Self Service for $8.99. It helps keep computers and electronic equipment clean and dust-free. Includes brush and attachments. Detachable receptacle catches dust and dirt. Requires 2 AA size batteries, not included. And they show it being used on a 90s beige computer keyboard with some kind of speaker system underneath the monitor. It was copyright 1994 by PC Accessories, a division of Gemini Industries of Clifton, New Jersey, made in Taiwan. I do definitely recognize the Gemini brand of computer products. I found basically the same thing in the Global Computer Supplies catalog from September 1994. It's the MiniVac, the powerful cleaner suited to sensitive equipment. At last, a quick and efficient way to remove dirt and dust from keyboards, disk drives, and other hard-to-clean computer equipment. They advertised a price of $19.95, but that was only if you bought at least 5 of them. If you bought just one, it was $24.95. And coincidentally or not, the box is about the same size as a box of 5 1/4 inch diskettes. Just a little bit taller. Back in 2018, I reviewed a more modern USB-powered mini vacuum cleaner, which made a lot of noise but had basically no suction at all. So I'll be interested to see how this compares. Because this only runs on 2 AA batteries, so that's only 3 volts going into it. But it has never been used. It's still sealed. Oops, I'm upside down here. Okay. This is the main unit here. That's where the batteries go in. That's the little tube it has to suck the air through. And you do get various attachments. This is the little brush. I thought this was another attachment at first until I looked at the box and realized this is where the dust is supposed to collect into. It has a little foam filter on the end. So that goes on like that. So it sucks air in here and goes into here to collect the dust. If it actually picks up any kind of dust. And you can use one of these tubes and put on your attachment, and that's how it's supposed to go. I put in 2 AA batteries, and in the process I realized this metal end of the battery cover is actually what connects together the 2 batteries. So it's serving a double purpose of being the battery cover and also the battery terminal. So that's kind of interesting. And here's what the motor sounds like. And now for the test, I have this dusty keyboard. So I'll be using it for its intended purpose of cleaning out that dust. Hopefully, if it actually works. So let's see. Okay, it did actually clean those keys where I was going there, you can see. But my question is, how much of that was the vacuum and how much of it was just the brush? So I'm going to try cleaning some other keys here with just the brush to see how that compares. Yeah, basically the same thing. So you might as well just use the brush and forget about the vacuum part of it, because I doubt that was actually picking up anything. It definitely does have some suction if you just press on it directly here. But it's very minimal. There does seem to be some kind of unadvertised turbo mode feature. If you hold down the button a little more forcefully, it goes into a faster motor speed. Listen. That's normal. And that's what I call turbo mode. So let me try the turbo mode on this keyboard. Come on, there it goes. Well, here's the other attachment, which I'm going to try on this dusty binder. Okay, that's with the vacuum on. Now let's just try. Yeah, basically no difference. Either vacuum on or just using it to scrape the dust off. Doesn't make any difference. Here's the brush attachment again. Yeah, it's basically just moving the dust around. It's not actually sucking any of it up. And here's all the dust it picked up. Nothing. Now I'm going to try using it as a blower. I do feel a little bit of air coming out of it. But again, I question how much this is actually going to affect the dust versus simply using it as a brush. And of course this thing is coming apart again. So it's not the strongest. Yeah, it's probably just most of it is simply from using it as a brush. I noticed right next to that Minivac in the global catalog was this keyboard sweeper brush, which probably would have worked just as well at less than half the price. But that's not to say that all PC Accessories products were this gimmicky and useless, because I have their 3.5-inch disk drive cleaning kit, and it works perfectly fine. I saw this knurled edge on the housing here and thought I could unscrew it to take it apart. Well, I did manage to take it apart, just not in the way they intended, because the whole thing shattered when I twisted it. But now you can see the little motor in there, and that's basically all it is. Just battery terminals going directly to the motor, and inside this plastic housing is a tiny little impeller that basically makes more noise than it actually moves any appreciable amount of air through it. So that's a fitting end for the mini vacuum from PC Accessories.